George Lowe, the voice behind the irreverent animated superhero on Adult Swim's Space Ghost Coast to Coast, died March 2nd in Lakeland, Florida. He was 67. Mr. Lowe had been struggling to recover from elective heart surgery in November, his family said in a statement. Mr. Lowe's booming voice and off-the-wall humor turned Space Ghost Coast to Coast into a cult classic among young adults and teens. The show debuted in 1994 and aired for 11 seasons on Cartoon Network as part of its Adult Swim nighttime programming block. It was Cartoon Network's first original production and set the foundation for several other original series including The Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Johnny Bravo. On Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Mr. Lowe played the role of cartoon superhero Space Ghost, a character from a 1960s Hanna Barbera superhero cartoon, who is reprised as a talk show host who interviewed real celebrities. While the interviews with the likes of William Shatner, Conan O'Brien, and Donny Osmond were pre-recorded, Mr. Lowe would later add wacky and rambling digressions, such as asking guests if they were getting enough oxygen. Insanity became en vogue thanks to us, Mr. Lowe told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in 2004. Adult Swim president Michael Aweline said the show proved the network could find success with its own productions. The show's producers would begin recording Mr. Lowe as soon as he stepped into the booth, Aweline said, creating some of the best material, when he didn't realize he was being recorded. Mr. Lowe voiced several other characters on Adult Swim shows, including Robot Chicken, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and The Brak Show. Until last year, he continued to make regular appearances at comic book and sci-fi conventions. George Edward Lowe was born in Dunedin, Florida, on November 10, 1957, and was raised in Brooksville. He began his career as a disc jockey and television personality in Florida and Georgia. He was an avid folk and pop art collector and a self-taught artist whose intricate pen and ink drawings were displayed in several museums, including the High Museum of Art in Atlanta, where his work is part of its permanent collection. Writer Will Harris initially announced news of his passing via Blue Sky, where he posted, "Just learned from one of his friends that George Lowe, voice of the titular character from Space Ghost Coast to Coast, has died. R.I.P. George." George Lowe was not only Space Ghost, he was also a key figure in Adult Swim, lending his voice to memorable characters in Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Robot Chicken, Sealab 2021, The Brak Show, Squidbillies, and many more. His talent has extended beyond Cartoon Network to projects such as American Dad, Celebrity Deathmatch, and The Grinch. His career is a testament to his versatility and ability to bring unforgettable characters to life. What caused George Lowe's death? Although the exact cause of his death has not been revealed, his friend Marvelous Marvin Boone commented on his Facebook tribute that it was due to a long illness. "I'm beyond devastated. My Zobanian brother and best friend for over 40 years, George Lowe, has passed away after a long illness. A part of me had also died. He was a supremely talented artist and voice actor. A true warm-hearted genius. Funniest man on earth, too. I've stolen jokes from him for decades. He stole some of mine. He was also the voice of Space Ghost and so much more." Puiloto. Space Ghost Coast to Coast was a bold experiment, a reinvention that laid the groundwork for Adult Swim's irreverent and experimental humor. With his unique style, Lowe transformed Space Ghost from a serious vigilante into an awkward and hilarious host, a change that defined the tone of the network.